All right, greetings from the Karate Dojo. Hey, today we're going to talk about the opening and the closing of a karate class. One thing you'll notice is that the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony is the same every single time that we train in our youth and our adult program. And so this is a traditional Japanese way to open a Budo class, a martial arts class. And it's simply called Seiza, and Seiza means sitting down and really focusing our brain a little bit. So I wanted to go through the procedure of how to do that, the words that you're going to hear at the beginning and the end, and just kind of some tips so that you look really good while you do it. Okay? And so the senior student or the teacher, the sensei, will call the class to order. We all line up on our dots. If we're a youth, we bring our heels together, we lock our hands in, and everybody says, "Locked in, sir," or "ma'am," really loud to show great spirit. Okay? If we're in an adult class and the teacher or the senior calls our class to attention, we all go to a dot spot that they designate, and we'll say "os." That's a Japanese way to formal acknowledge. We'll say "os," we'll find our spot, and we'll just stand up straight with our eyes focused straight forward. Okay? Then the senior student, the senpai, the person who's first in line, makes the calls, and so they're going to announce Seiza, and they're going to do so in a loud voice. Seiza simply means sitting on your feet, but it's a very formal way that to sit and to stand that dates all the way back to the era of the samurai. Samurai would carry two swords on their belts, a short sword on the right, a long sword, their main primary weapon, on their left side. And so sitting in Seiza reflects that we have a large blade that's sitting on our left side. And so Seiza, I'm going to bring my hands to the front of my thighs. My left foot is going to step back again, thinking about drawing our sword. My right foot is going to step back, and my knees are going to be apart. I'm going to cross the feet in my back, and I'm going to very carefully, slowly sit back. So now I should have a triangle and a stable base. Again, thinking about drawing that sword. Okay, my hands are on my thighs. My elbows are out, but not too far out, and my back is arched. Chin is straight up. This is a very formal way of sitting, and so we just want to reflect that. Okay. Next, the senior student will call the class to close their eyes. Mok so. Mok so means to close your eyes, and this is not a meditation time. It's not a time to clear your mind. Rather, it's just a short little period, about 10 to 15 seconds, where we focus on putting aside the distractions of the day and focus on our martial arts training. So you're going to call Mokso. We're simply going to, we won't change posture. We'll close our eyes. We'll stay completely still, very quiet, for about 10 or 15 seconds. And the senior student calls to open their eyes. They're going to say, "Mimok sonari." Mimok sonari means open your eyes. And then we have a set of 3 formal bows that we do. And so first is to the dojo itself. It's called Shomen Nataish, and it's simply paying respect to the institution of learning. And so they're going to say Shomen Nataish. Simply means, Shomen means the front of the dojo, Nataish means face to, and then they're going to say Rei, making a bow. And when we make a bow, again thinking about drawing our sword, our left hand goes forward and our right hand goes forward, so that our index fingers and thumbs are touching to make a diamond. Okay. Next, my head is going to go down to the horizontal position, but not down to the floor. I want to avoid going all the way down in this manner. Please don't do it like that, because it says the person you're making a bow to is better than you. And in the dojo, we're showing equal respect to each other. And so I'm just going to make a bow that comes down, shows equal respect, little pause, and come back up. I'm going to reverse my hands, my right hand, left hand, and reset. Next is to the leader of the class, the sensei nataish. If it's a senior that's leading our class that day, you might hear the words senpai nataish. It simply means a person who's not yet a teacher, but someone who's senior to us. And so I'm going to physically turn my body so that I can face where my sensei is. They're going to call Rei. I'm going to make a bow. And when I make a bow, at the beginning of class, I'm going to say Onigashimasu. Onigashimasu means please teach me or please show me. If it's at the end of class, I'm going to say Arigato gozamashita, which means thank you very much for teaching me. Okay, so I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to say Onigashimasu and come back up. The last bow is to the senior student in line. It's the student body bow. And so that's ate gani. Ate gani means face towards each other. And so I would turn and face towards wherever the senior student is. Then they would announce, Ray. I would make a bow. I would say, Onegashimasu! And come back up. Again, if it's the end of class, I'm going to say, Arigato gozaimasu. And then they're going to say, please face forward. If I'm in the youth class, I'm going to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. If I'm in the adult class, I'm going to say, os. So they say, please face forward. I say, yes, sir. I turn and face back, my original orientation. Everybody's facing back to the front. And then the senior is going to call us to stand up. They're going to say, tate kudasai. Tate kudasai is please stand up. Sometimes it's just shortened to tate. And so they say, tate kudasai. And everybody stands up. Again, reversing for our sword. Right goes, left goes, the heels come together. We return to Musubidachi, and then we start exercising. If it's at the end of the class, we stand respectfully while the instructor passes on some additional information, maybe some announcements or telling us some reflection of the class, maybe ask a question, and then they will say, okay, class dismissed. We all make an informal bow and say arigato gozaimasu, and then we can be dismissed from our class. So that's the opening and closing of a class in the dojo.